And this thing is getting even more bizarre.
It's almost unthinkable to vocalize, but Megyn Kelly has just unveiled what could very well be the most humiliating chapter in Louis Vuitton's illustrious history. According to her explosive revelations, Chinese manufacturers, long integral to the brand's production pipeline, didn't merely sever ties with the luxury titan. They incinerated the relationship in a calculated act of retribution.
Birkin bag at Hermes boutique will cost you 38,000 USD. But what is the real cost out of the factory? Today, I'm going to break it down in front of you, step by step.
Kelly alleges that these factories have completely halted all production for Louis Vuitton. And the catalyst wasn't a typical corporate squabble over finances, contracts, or supply chain logistics. No, this was deeply personal. The manufacturers, Kelly claims, were driven by a singular motive: revenge, fueled by years of accumulated grievances against the brand. For an extended period, these Chinese factories have reportedly harbored deep resentment toward Louis Vuitton, quietly compiling evidence of their mistreatment while patiently awaiting the opportune moment to act.
First thing first, Hermes only use the leathers from the 3 top-level suppliers. One is called Muti from Italy. And the second is Weinheim from Germany. And the third is Paz from France. One piece of Togo leather, the same leather as this one, will cost 450 USD. And one piece of the leather is only enough to make one Birkin, okay?
That moment, it appears, has now arrived with devastating consequences. According to Kelly, the manufacturers assert they've been systematically disrespected, grossly underpaid, and treated as expendable cogs in Louis Vuitton's global empire. Despite being the backbone of its manufacturing process, they were the ones meticulously crafting the iconic handbags, wallets, and accessories that define the brand's luxurious image, yet they were relegated to the shadows, their contributions obscured.
The thread. And of course, for Hermes Birkin, the thread is also the best top level. It's called Fil à Chinois from France. This is actually the Rolls Royce in thread. For each bag, the cost is 25 USD.
The breaking point came when Louis Vuitton allegedly scapegoated these factories for quality issues, such as loose stitching, defective zippers, or substandard materials that the manufacturers insist they didn't cause. Compounding the insult, the brand continued to affix Made in France labels to products that were, in reality, produced in Chinese facilities. Rather than quietly withdrawing their services, the manufacturers, according to Kelly, chose to expose everything. They've laid bare what they claim are deceptive practices, including falsified origin labels, clandestine deals, and hidden partnerships that have long propped up Louis Vuitton's carefully curated facade of French craftsmanship.
And then the hardware. See, this hardware is called 316 hardware. It's also known as the ocean stainless steel because it can withstand the erosion of seawater. It's the best stainless steel. For one piece of bag, the hardware will cost 150 USD.
This isn't merely a disruption in the supply chain. It's a catastrophic blow to the brand's reputation, forcing the world to question the very essence of Louis Vuitton's identity as a paragon of luxury and artistry. This isn't just a scandal. It's a seismic reckoning that's sending shockwaves through the fashion industry and beyond. The fallout is colossal, impacting everything from high-profile red carpet appearances to celebrity endorsement deals and influencer-driven marketing campaigns. The meticulously constructed world of Louis Vuitton is unraveling in real time, with ramifications that could fundamentally reshape how consumers perceive luxury and authenticity in the fashion world. Let's take a step back to examine the narrative Louis Vuitton has masterfully crafted over decades.
The edge oil. This edge oil is imported from Italy. It's called heat-sealed edge oil. For each bag, it will cost 50 USD. The interior lining, it used lambskin imported from France. For each bag, the cost will be 100 USD. And also inside, there is a zipper from Riri brand. And the zipper for one bag is 10 USD.
The brand has sold a captivating fantasy of exclusivity, where every handbag, wallet, and accessory is supposedly born in an elegant French atelier. The imagery is one of skilled artisans painstakingly hand-stitching monogrammed leather, embodying the romance and prestige of Parisian craftsmanship. This narrative has been central to Louis Vuitton's allure, positioning it as a symbol of sophistication and heritage. But Kelly's allegations paint a starkly different picture, one that shatters this meticulously crafted illusion. She claims that the true origin of many Louis Vuitton products isn't France at all, but China. For years, Chinese manufacturers have allegedly handled the entire production process, from sourcing raw materials to assembling and packaging the goods. The only step they didn't perform was attaching the coveted Made in France label, which was added later to uphold the brand's luxurious facade and justify its exorbitant price points.
Most of them are made in China, and most of them are made in our factory. Yeah, I'm telling you. But why these luxury brands never tell you that? Because they are trying to pretend to be products of some sophisticated European countries like Italy or France.
We are going to be successful. Since a few weeks the shop was open, we sell the most expensive products in a country where everybody was going by bicycle.
A slowdown and a contraction in the global luxury market. About 50 million people either opted out or were forced out of the luxury market over the past 2 years.
I do feel people started to get tired of purchasing products and realize that we just bought too much and it didn't really make us happy.
What's particularly egregious, according to Kelly, is that these manufacturers were never given proper recognition for their work. They were excluded from press releases, marketing campaigns, and even the fine print on product packaging. Essentially, they were treated as an invisible workforce, used and then discarded like a shameful secret Louis Vuitton hoped to keep buried forever. Kelly alleges that these factories were paid a fraction of what their labor was worth, while Louis Vuitton reaped astronomical profits through markups that sometimes exceeded 1,000%. To make matters worse, when customers began complaining about issues like loose threads, malfunctioning zippers, or discolored fabrics, Louis Vuitton reportedly shifted the blame onto the very factories it relied upon to meet global demand. This betrayal didn't just strain a business relationship. It shattered the entire mythos of luxury that Louis Vuitton had built its empire upon.
My point is, I think it's crazy how designer brands have been selling things for thousands when China sell them on and literally they're so cheap. If the Chinese manufacturers are making the same, like the actual Birkins, and then they are also selling these on the side as well, technically this is an absolute fucking bargain because it's the exact same material as a Birkin.
Kelly asserts that this illusion of exclusivity and craftsmanship is now effectively dead, exposed as a carefully orchestrated deception. This wasn't a spontaneous act of defiance by the manufacturers. According to Kelly, their response was meticulously planned, calculated, and timed for maximum impact. The factories didn't simply cease operations. They waited until the stakes were high enough to inflict significant damage on the brand. Sources cited by Kelly claim that the manufacturers had been quietly compiling a digital archive of evidence over the years. This included emails, private communications with Louis Vuitton's procurement teams, payment records, shipping logs, and even internal company documents that allegedly proved the brand was fully aware of the true origins of its products. When they finally acted, the timing was deliberate, striking just before Louis Vuitton's highly anticipated Fashion Week reveal.
They feel cheaper. No, that's not a quality issue. It's luxury brand washing.
Hermes, you guys, it's time to show off your factories. No, I don't want to wait to go on YouTube and watch a beautiful documentary on. Show them off right here on TikTok. Let the world see. Okay, get like China. You got to be ghetto about it. Just let people know.
A moment when the brand's visibility would be at its peak, with the global fashion press, influencers, and consumers all watching closely. The goal wasn't just to disrupt production, but to create chaos and expose the truth to the world, dismantling the narrative of Louis Vuitton's superiority.
De l'entrée où on me donne des morceaux de cuir jusqu'au moment où je vais avoir livré ma pièce. Je veux pas qu'on reproduise un geste de façon indéfinie en se disant bon bah je fais toujours ce même geste et donc je pense qu'on est vraiment là pour apprendre un métier et pas des tâches.
The impact was nothing short of catastrophic. Kelly describes the move as a fashion assassination, a coordinated effort not only to halt the supply chain, but to obliterate the brand's carefully constructed narrative of exclusivity and craftsmanship. By pulling back the curtain, the manufacturers revealed the reality behind Louis Vuitton's operations, and the effects are now rippling across the industry. Reports indicate that Louis Vuitton stores in major markets are sitting empty, with shelves bare and back orders stalled indefinitely. Buyers are in a state of panic, resellers are scrambling to make sense of the situation, and social media platforms like TikTok are flooded with videos highlighting inconsistencies in product quality. From uneven stitching to fading logos, the brand's once impeccable reputation is crumbling under the weight of these revelations. As Kelly succinctly put it, Louis Vuitton didn't just lose a factory, they lost the very illusion that made them a cultural juggernaut. The fallout has quickly spread beyond the fashion world, reaching the heart of Hollywood. Within days of the story breaking, whispers began circulating about A-list celebrities distancing themselves from Louis Vuitton. High-profile endorsement deals are being quietly canceled. Last-minute wardrobe changes are being made for red carpet events, and scheduled Instagram posts featuring Louis Vuitton products are mysteriously failing to appear. This isn't just a public relations crisis, it's a full-scale celebrity exodus. According to Kelly, at least one unnamed actress, reportedly tied to a multi-shoot Louis Vuitton campaign, walked away from the deal just days before filming was set to begin. Her publicity team labeled it a reputational emergency, and insiders claim her publicist bluntly advised her that associating with the brand at this moment wasn't worth the potential fallout. And they're not wrong. In an era where a single scandal can derail a career overnight, particularly in the wake of controversies like Balenciaga's, no celebrity wants to be linked to headlines about counterfeit labels, overseas exploitation, or international embarrassment. This distancing isn't limited to A-listers. Rising actors, models, and influencers, especially those who've built their personal brands on social responsibility and authenticity, are reportedly pausing their affiliations with Louis Vuitton or demanding clear answers from the brand before proceeding. No one wants to be the face of what's increasingly being framed as a fraud. Take Kylie Jenner, for instance. Observers have noted that she hasn't posted a single Louis Vuitton item in weeks. No Neverfull bags, no keep-all totes, no monogrammed outfit selfies. Instead, her social media is filled with Bottega Veneta, vintage Dior, and lesser-known labels. Fans speculate that she's deliberately distancing herself from Louis Vuitton, a move that aligns with her reputation as one of the most brand-savvy celebrities in the industry. For someone whose empire is built on aspiration and image, associating with a tainted brand could be a significant risk. Kim Kardashian, on the other hand, may find herself in a more complicated position. She's been a prominent ambassador for Louis Vuitton, sporting their products at high-profile events like court hearings and launching partnerships with the brand. But now, Kelly claims Kim's team is in crisis mode, with internal pressure mounting to pause all Louis Vuitton promotions until the scandal subsides. If Kim, one of the brand's most visible supporters, steps back, it could send a powerful signal to the rest of Hollywood that Louis Vuitton is no longer a safe bet for celebrity endorsements. The ripple effects don't stop there. Rumors are swirling about a stylist blacklist circulating in Hollywood. Elite red carpet stylists are reportedly passing around a do-not-pull list, and Louis Vuitton is allegedly at the top. The reasoning is simple. Styling a client in Louis Vuitton right now risks associating them with controversy rather than luxury. Instead of evoking elegance and prestige, the brand now serves as a reminder of the explosive allegations. This blacklist is spreading quickly, further isolating Louis Vuitton from the celebrity ecosystem. Even Beyoncé is rumored to be involved. A now-deleted tweet from an alleged insider claimed that she was offered a custom Louis Vuitton look for her Renaissance Tour film premiere, but declined after her team demanded a public statement from the brand clarifying its manufacturing practices. When Louis Vuitton remained silent, the deal was scrapped. Whether true or not, the rumor alone ignited a firestorm on social media, particularly among her fan base. And it aligns with the broader trend of celebrities distancing themselves. The scandal has also resonated with younger audiences, particularly on platforms like TikTok, where a new trend called the LV Purge Challenge is gaining traction. Influencers and even minor celebrities are filming themselves purging their Louis Vuitton collections, some selling their bags, others donating them, and a few dramatically discarding them. Fans are tagging major celebrities like Zendaya, Hailey Bieber, and Gigi Hadid, asking whether they'll join the movement. Overnight, Louis Vuitton has gone from a symbol of status to a lightning rod for accusations of fashion fraud, a shift that's proving socially toxic in Hollywood. But Kelly's revelations don't end with Louis Vuitton. In her now viral monologue, she dropped a bombshell that sent chills through the fashion industry. Louis Vuitton is merely the first domino to fall in what could be a far larger reckoning. She claims that a wave of whistleblowers from China's manufacturing sector is preparing to come forward, armed with years of documentation, emails, invoices, shipping records, audio recordings, and screenshots of brand representatives begging for rush orders or offering under-the-table bonuses. Most damningly, they possess internal memos that allegedly prove major luxury brands knew their Made in France and Made in Italy labels were little more than marketing ploys. Kelly didn't name specific brands, but hinted that the fallout could engulf household names, labels seen on Vogue covers, Met Gala red carpets, and celebrity Instagram feeds. If these revelations come to light, they could redefine the very concept of luxury, exposing how many brands outsource production to factories they don't control while charging exorbitant prices that rival fast fashion margins. This isn't just a threat to sales. It's a direct assault on the psychology of luxury, dismantling the notions of exclusivity, superiority, and heritage that these brands rely upon. Kelly even suggested that some Chinese factories are already in talks with major media outlets, preparing to release the full scope of their evidence. If these receipts go public, the result won't be just a scandal. It could be an extinction-level event for the luxury fashion industry. For the first time, the factories that have quietly powered the global luxury market are demanding recognition and accountability. With Megyn Kelly amplifying their story to a mainstream audience, the fashion elite are in a state of panic. If celebrities continue to pull out, stylists keep blacklisting, and consumers keep purging, Louis Vuitton's cultural dominance could collapse. This isn't just about handbags, it's about power, truth, and a potential revolution unfolding in real time.